Life can change in an instant. For many wheelchair users, the struggle to push forward is a daily challenge.
After years of development and countless prototypes, we created Rib Grips, the revolutionary wheelchair hand rim covers with built-in ribs for ultimate grip and comfort.
No more slick surfaces, no more heat burns, just pure, reliable grip. Rib Grips, empowering you to push forward with ease. Rib Grips. Get a grip on your freedom. Discover the difference. Visit ribgrips.com and use promo code GRIP today. You just found the perfect product that helps with staying cool during hot summer runs. No more gross warm water. Stay cool with this product from Gear Handle. This hydration tube cover helps keep your water cool and easily accessible. Stay hydrated during those long summer runs or even delay from freezing in the winter. Plus, they're compatible with various brands of water bladders and come in various colors. Visit gearhandle.com and use promo code H2O today.
Man, that is a long intro.
That is a long intro. We've been told before, yeah.
I've never realized how long that intro is. That is a long ass intro. Well, hey, how you doing, man?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm A-okay. Welcome to King
Wow.
I am Mike, and that is Rusty over there.
Rusty, we are live.
You just installed that brick wall, right?
Yeah, it's new. I just got through grouting it out. Yeah,
grouting stuff. Grouting ain't easy, as they say. All right, man. Today is Friday. I know it because I looked at a calendar, and we're going to try something here. We're going to share this screen, and we're going to go through this.
Trying something. All right.
No, let's try something. All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do why was Peggy Hill from King of the Hill in Lubbock, Texas?
Yeah, that's what I've always kind of wondered myself, because she always talks about Montana, but then she's in Lubbock and then Arlen. You know, it's like the transition. We're talking about the talking about the shoes.
We're going to get there. We're going to get there. So Lubbock, it says Lubbock is far from the sexiest town in Texas. When talking about Texas, the conversation usually leads to Dallas, Houston, Austin, San Antonio. Frequently in the mix is El Paso, Corpus Christi. Now, it says it even seems like Amarillo gets more publicity than Lubbock, even though Lubbock is the 10th largest city in Texas, while Amarillo comes in at number 16. All of this is probably why we have a chip on our shoulder and perk up our ears when we get a mention on TV. So this is from an actual radio station in Lubbock, that FMX.
FMX 94.5, The Jam.
Black and Rusty in the morning. Yeah, man. Okay, so I think we know a little bit about this. I mean, we're in Waco, Texas, right? And we get probably as much publicity as Lubbock does.
If not, we might get a little more depending on what event is happening at the time.
Well, that's true.
World in news event is happening. I remember being in the Grand Canyon, and everybody checks their phones, and they were like, "Oh, my dad was at a motorcycle shootout. Oh, my uncle was near the place where the motorcycle shooting was." That was the last big thing. Yeah,
it's not necessarily a good thing when they mention us, but they talk about the cities in here: Dallas, Fort Worth, and Dallas. And honestly, anybody outside of Texas needs to understand Dallas and Fort Worth is the same freaking city. It's like Waco, Belmead, Waco, Hewitt, whatever. It's really kind of.
I don't know. It is the same, but they have two different identities though. They do have two different identities in the sense that Fort Worth is like the only major city in the United States with a population of 1 million plus that is red. It's the only red major city in the U.S.
Really? Oh, see, I didn't know. Huh.
Yeah. It's pretty conservative.
I always enjoyed Fort Worth because of the stockyards and all that kind of stuff. You go down
That's
there.
the only thing at Fort Worth is the stockyards that I remember ever doing. I remember when downtown Fort Worth was just nothing, and then it was just the stockyards. It was like the only thing to do.
Well, they have those cool like brick streets down there, and they've got a bunch of. I remember the last time I was there, they had like some really great like taverns and stuff and restaurants. I mean, it was a really nice place. Yeah. And then you go down to the stockyards, and man, you can get the best steak you've ever had down there. There's a lot.
Food.
Yeah, there's a lot going on at the stockyards, and again, live music. So I mean, that's really it's a decent place to be. Now, Houston, I will stay out of because I am not a fan. It seems like
I like their food. It's a good food city.
Oh yeah, well, it's international. I mean, it's an international city because of all the ports and all that stuff. But
amazing Southeast Asian food too, because there's a large Southeast Asian population there. But they have some really, really good Vietnamese places.
Yeah, Houston just always seemed to me like it's 10 degrees hotter everywhere there than it is anywhere else in Texas.
Yeah, especially in the dog days of summer. But it seems that we're at the end of the dog days. Yeah, it's feeling really good outside.
Knock on some freaking wood, man, because I am happy for that to happen.
Man, that breeze outside was really nice a while ago. It was like a cool breeze.
Yeah, it's not bad at all outside. Honestly, we went out. We're planning for a big punk show in October, and Sheridan and I went out and looked at a venue for it, and it's kind of cool. It's it's like a storage, those storage buildings with the big overhead doors.
Yeah.
It's like 4 of them right in a row with no walls. And so it's long and skinny, but it would be super cool for a punk show. So I'm looking forward to that. That'll be a lot of fun.
That sounds pretty cool. Maybe check that out. Yeah,
I'll send you an invite. You know that.
Yeah.
And then we've got Austin, which Austin is a weird city. It's probably the most liberal city we have, but at the same time, it's one of the most tech savvy cities we have, which is those two things don't always go together, Plus the Austin I knew when I was a teenager, it has really changed.
And the Austin I knew as a teenager has completely changed too. It's not even the same place. I remember Rainy Street was just houses, and now it's massive. These massive like concrete sky rises.
Yeah, it's the Dell came in there, and then they built Mopac, and that place just started to shrink. Everything was like right there, and it's so industrial and all that stuff. So, it's between Dallas and Austin now. I tend to lean towards Deep Ellum rather than Austin, just simply because Deep Ellum's a little weird, and I still think it's kind of cool. Austin, it's got its spots, but for the most part, it's I don't know. I don't enjoy being in Austin like I used to.
It actually has 2 of the top 10 places in the United States to eat at right now. One of them is actually in a gas station, which I don't understand how it's considered one of the top 10 places to eat in the United States. But it's
you talking about the place that has like 3 Michelin stars or whatever?
Yeah, this like a gas station restaurant.
I've been there. Yeah. It's very good, very very good. Yeah,
yeah. And then there's another place. I actually, truth be told, it's the place where I broke my arm.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Estes is the name of the place. ESTES. They do a lot of like fresh fish and stuff. I remember going in the back while I was delivering, and they were like chopping up and cutting up fresh fish and things like that. Always real good smells out of that kitchen.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, no, I love it. Yeah, and I love going in the back of all those kitchens because you get to smell.
It doesn't just smell like low tide or what?
No, some of it's really good because by the time I get to that particular place, it's like sometimes they're already running service, so I get to smell while they're cooking, while they're actually running service and everything. And every now and again, depending on the busy levels, chef will throw you a little bit of this or that at a few of the places I deliver to, so I get to try some of this good food too.
That's pretty cool.
La Barbecue is a really good place to eat. It's called La Barbecue. It's It's on Cesar Chavez.
Oh, okay.
It's a restaurant on Cesar Chavez. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to go to Austin all the time, and I actually lived there for a little while. But like I say, it's just not the same as it used to be. Okay,
No,
so then
not.
San Antonio, they mentioned San Antonio. I go to all the time. As a matter of fact, on the 18th of next month, I'm going there for a oddities and weird objects convention or something weird.
Yeah, you had to send me some details on that. That sounds kind of wacky.
All right, you got it. All right, so Lubbock. Let's get back around to that. Lubbock to me means flat, means nothing. There's
Amarillo too.
Well, I mean, Lubbock's got Texas Tech.
The steak place is in Lubbock.
Oh, the 72-ounce thing. Yeah,
it's in one of those
tried
places.
that? You ever tried that?
No, I never.
I think I tried.
I only ever drove through there a few times.
It's so weird, like that steak place, like where you have to eat the 72-ouncer. That's not really what it is. You got to eat the shrimp cocktail. You got to eat the steak. You got to eat all the baked potato. You got to eat everything.
Oh yeah, it's the whole meal. Yeah.
Oh my God, it's a lot of food. It's like it's your last meal, like you're a prisoner or something.
Kind of like when Bobby was eating it and staring at the girl or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right. You got it. All right. So King of the Hill, it goes through a lot of stuff about King of the Hill. What it gets down to is the fact that she has gigantic feet, and there is really
for some reason. Yeah, I was going to say, for some reason, the only place to get very large shoes is Lubbock, or she's trying to do it on the down low and doesn't want anybody to know, so she has to drive
I think it's both,
Lubbock to do
honestly. I think it's both. I mean, she got some big-ass feet. And
because all very big women's shoes are men's shoes.
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah. Lubbock's very big shoes fashions for the large-footed lady.
Or the small-footed man.
That's right. That's the medium-footed man.
Yeah.
Peggy had a problem with shoe size, and that one foot was a size 16, while the other was a 16 and a half. I can speak to that. My mother has the same problem. She has to buy 2 sets of shoes. But
she has size 16 feet?
No. She doesn't have size 16, but she has to buy 2 different sizes. Yeah, she has to buy 2 different sizes because she's in a wheelchair, and on one of the legs she's got a brace, and so it won't fit around the foot or whatever. But anyway, just trying to bring the show down. Peggy had a problem with shoe size. One was 16, one was 16 and a half. Lubbock is the only place she could get those shoes. Later on, it says in season 11, Peggy was horrified to find out that the store had gone out of business, was now a bakery for dogs. I do not remember that. I don't remember there being a bakery for dogs in season 11. Do you?
Nah, not in season 11. I don't remember much from those later seasons.
Yeah.
I was much older and not paying as much attention to the show.
So one thing that does happen is this is the writer of the article says they couldn't find a clip of season 1, episode 3, but found this excellent clip about Peggy's feet in general.
All right, what's so funny? If it's that Tweety bird made of X's, I've already seen it.
Hank, welcome to Peggy'sFeet.com.
Yikes.
Wait a minute. Is that a pornographic website?
It's not a pornographic website. It's a fetish website.
And those are Peggy's feet.
Well, those aren't. Now,
You've got feet.
You've got feet.
what the heck is that?
Ping pong paddle.
Peggy's been the bad, bad girl.
Oh, gross.
Ugh.
Oh, my God.
Whoa. Yeah.
So good.
What?
And then we go into how we can appreciate Lubbock. I'm not sure that we can, but it says in Lubbock, we literally dance to the beat of our own tunes. The music in Lubbock is incredible. I do not know.
They are right about music. Yeah, they are right about music. I've heard Lubbock is, that's one thing, because everybody goes up there and plays shows. Like if you look at anybody that's like going through Texas, the only places to go in the Panhandle to keep an audience in the Panhandle is Lubbock and Amarillo. So like artists that are just Texas artists that travel around, you can't like that. People will drive all the way from like Midland and Odessa and stuff like that to go into Amarillo and Lubbock on the weekends to go listen to music and stuff. So it's like all the oil guys go out there and all the ranchers go out there. So you can't that's a huge demographic of people. It's in a more spread out area, but it's a real big demographic.
It is just so flat. It's so flat. But it says, whether you love country or death metal, there's a show going on somewhere down the street from you. So obviously, Lubbock is a big music town. Cost of living is cheap. I can imagine that. When you live in the dirt, it gets pretty cheap. It says the photos featured in this article were taken from an income-based apartment in downtown Lubbock. Well, that's actually a pretty nice view you got right there. It looks a lot like Waco, honestly, when you look at it that way.
Yeah.
Boy, that's
we got to think Buddy Holly is from Lubbock.
Oh, is
so
he?
You got to think, Buddy Holly was from Lubbock, and you got to think Buddy Holly being from Lubbock, and Lubbock, even though it's like an old, it's an old Western town kind of thing to it, like it has that music atmosphere because of Buddy Holly. So like anybody, I guess, that's doing music in Lubbock and still able to have a thriving music scene is because he originated there and did that thing. Because there's a lot. I'm scrolling through a list of like actual like venues for music, and man, they have more than we have here. They have probably like 15 venues. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 venues. They have 20 venues for music.
Holy crap. That's a lot.
That is a lot. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I typed in Lubbock live music to get an idea of what's playing. Yeah. You've got Ronnie and the Redwoods tomorrow. Then you got barbecue lunch with live music and free beer at a bar. You got Bless the Fall, which is death metal music. You got the 806 band. You got somebody named Riley. You got the Aaron Ball band, Giovanni and the Hired Guns, and that's all within like a weekend. So there is a crap ton of music. Never would have guessed, but yeah, I guess there is.
There is a crap ton of music. And honestly, if she's talking about income-based stuff, this view that you're getting here, you really are not getting it for that kind of price, I guess. She says that it's pretty darn cheap as far as that goes.
Just tonight alone, Mike, there's 5 shows in that town. Like 5 separate music shows.
That's awesome. Fantastic. I mean, that's really not bad at all.
We need that here. I wish we had like more options for music.
Well, and that's why we're trying to put some shows together. I mean,
it's been a while since punk shows have been a thing. I remember all the punk shows, and the best for me personally was like around the mid 2000s at the Pavilion.
Well, I remember just even before COVID, we had some good punk shows, and they were at this little record station or little record store down the street. They were very good little shows, and I know that because I went and filmed them all. But now, I mean, I don't know where you perform that kind of stuff, because you really do need a place where kids can kind of go nuts a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. In a controlled environment, for sure.
All right. So you can get anywhere in town within 15 minutes. That's definitely, that's kind of like us, though. I mean, you can do the same thing here.
Pretty much. Yeah, you go from one side of Waco to the other in a good 15
minutes. And they are right. There's no toll roads. I mean, we don't have that here either, which is great. But I would imagine that the heat there is way crazier than it is here.
Yes and no, I guess. They have like higher chances of like fires and stuff because it's like open prairie, and open prairies are meant to burn. They burn and they grow back, and that's how they keep prairies keep themselves naturally healthy. There's some like in the natural process is the burn is a part of it, as long as it's not man-made, obviously. But they have winters and we don't, so they do get snow. And this is cold winters, and we don't. So
honestly, I mean, if anybody's looking into Lubbock, this is not a bad article here because it goes into how friendly the people are, which I'm assuming they are. And then there's a ton of bars, and it just kind of goes over all the bars and stuff. I mean,
and most of those bars have music like venue. They're music venues as well as bars.
Yeah.
And some even have stand-up comedy venues. That's one thing we need here, as well as a full-time comedy venue.
That would be really nice if we had something like that. All right. Well, that's the reason Peggy was in Lubbock. That's it. Big feet.
For her foot.
She needs big feet for big. She needs big shoes for big feet.
Skis. Big skis. For her feet.
That lady got skis. All right, man. You want to tell them where they can find us?
Yeah, you can find us at bwaaaakoth.com. And you can also find us at BWAAAKOTH and all social medias. You can find us on TikTok as well at BWAAA. That's going to be 3 A's, KOTH. And you can email us at BWAAAKOTH@gmail.com.
That's right. That's right. Guys, thank you so much for sticking with us. We really appreciate it.
We appreciate it.
Late and it's weird because it's live, but thank you for sticking with us, and we'll be back again Monday with another episode.
We Matanye.
We Matanye indeed.
This has been a Rogue Media Network production. Are you a podcaster? Let's talk podcast hosting. Are you tired of your current podcast host? Need real support in a community that gets it? At Rogue Media Network, we offer top-tier podcast hosting services to help you thrive. From hosting and distribution to dedicated support, we've got you covered. Starting as low as $25 a month. Join our community of passionate podcasters today. Contact us at hello@roguemedianetwork.com.